I'm going to make this video short and to the point. At the end of the video, I'm going to try to encourage people to donate to some charities over there in Israel. One in particular I like because they reclaim wasted food, and I do not like waste, so that's right up my alley. But anyway, let's get started because there are some important things going on that you need to know about that implicate an Ezekiel 38 and 39 situation, Gog-Magog war situation. Okay? So Mario Nafal posts just in Mad Hat, I like that, it should say Medhat Abbas says we are about to collapse. We have a shortage of medications, medical supplies, and reagents required to operate the laboratories of our hospitals. The situation is hard and complicated. We have received thousands of injuries. What did you expect? You go and murder 1,000 Israelis, execute them out in the street, and you think there's not going to be some kind of backlash? There is a reason why they did this. You see, folks, when war starts, it's contagious. You know, Russia invading Ukraine. People get worked up. They'll start doing and saying things that they normally might not do. And these folks, the Arabs in occupying the land of Israel, yeah, that's right, they are trying to take advantage of the high emotions going on with the war in Ukraine. Our capacity in hospitals only 2,000 beds. We are about to collapse. The shortage of medication is because we are consuming in one day what we consume in a month. The situation is so bad, 5 of our ambulances have been attacked and 5 of our colleagues killed. There is no safe route for health professionals to move. All right. Oh, this is Medhat Abbas. I guess this is a different one, different than Mahmoud Abbas. Or Abu Mazen is what his real name is. But anyway, let us go to the next one. So, the Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas is expected to visit Russia. Russian news media quoted the Palestinian envoy to Moscow, Reuters. Now, what on earth would he be doing that for? You want to know the answer? I hope you're ready for it. All right. Now, this is some wording that the Russian president always likes to use when he wants to destroy Israel. He turns it around and puts it on his enemy. So notice the word play. Remember, this is translated. But if your IQ is above room temperature, you will notice right away the wordplay that's going on here. And if you don't understand it, I'm so sorry for you. But I will help you to understand it if you don't get it, okay? Let's go ahead and play this.
Угроза ядерной войны. Светлана Геннадьевна, ну вы правы. Такая угроза нарастает. Здесь что греха таить. По поводу того, что Россия ни при каких обстоятельствах не применит первый. Но если не применит первый, ни при каких обстоятельствах, значит и второй тоже не применит. Потому что возможности применения в случае нанесения ядерного... Насчет угрозы ядерной войны. Светлана Геннадьевна.
All right, let's stop for a second here. What wordplay am I talking about? Well, Vladimir Putin has accused the United States of being the one to destroy Ukraine. He has actually said that before. This is the kind of language that he uses. Okay? He accused NATO of destroying Ukraine. I bet I could pull it up. Watch it. Maybe I'm wrong. What is it? Let's just do this. Blames NATO. Let's try that. Of destruction in Ukraine. I know I'm reaching for it. Ah, yes. Vladimir Putin's attempt to blame the invasion of Ukraine on NATO are dishonest, according to Norway's army chief. Folks, that's exactly what he did, okay? Russia's Putin blames West and Ukraine for provoking what? The conflict, yeah. He did that. So he blames others for what he did. This is classic Vladimir Putin. All right, so when you see this, it's his way of saying, of gaslighting and saying that he wants to destroy Israel, but he blames it on the United States of America. I hope you understand what he's doing here. I hope that your IQ is above room temperature. So let's play it again one more time.
Ну, вы правы. Такая угроза нарастает. Здесь еще грехота.
You see what he just did here? America wants to destroy Israel as we destroyed Ukraine in the past. And only an idiot, I'm sorry for all the idiots out there, only an idiot could not see through what you just heard and read. America wants to destroy Israel as we destroyed Ukraine in the past. What that really means is America wants Russia to destroy Israel like we destroyed Ukraine in the past. It is a veiled attempt to pull the wool over your eyes.
По поводу того, что Россия ни при каких обстоятельствах не применит первый, но если не применит первый, ни при каких обстоятельствах, значит и второй тоже не применит, потому что...
Now he is saying that he is firmly, 100% on the side of the terrorists, and America cannot do anything about it. And he is going to help them. How can he help them? How can he help them? There's only one way. There is only one way he can help Israel's enemies. Enter Ezekiel 38, and 39. I hope you are well versed in it. I have explained to you before that particular event is when Yehoshua is coming. I have said that, I have pointed that out to you before, and I will do it again. And I will use these words again and again and again to show you that you knew that the Ezekiel 38 and 39 war was about to commence. From Vladimir Putin's own words.
Что возможности применения в случае нанесения ядерных.
All right. But first, before I do a video on that, a long video, there's something that is extremely important. And that is to be not only a sayer of the word, but a doer of the word. All right? So, Lechet Israel. What do? Well, they are a charity organization in Israel. And their motto is a family that gleans together. Well, I misunderstood that. But anyway, what do they believe in? Reclaiming wasted food. This is something to me. If you folks knew me, you would understand how my mind works. I cannot stand the thought of wasted food. I grow most of my own food. Whether it's meat, whether it's food out of the garden, I grow most of my own food. Because I don't believe in depending on the system. All right. They even have a food waste and rescue report that they do. So you can see they say a year they salvage 26,500 tons of fruit and vegetables. How is that even possible? Or maybe that's from the beginning. I don't know. They have 234,000 recipients and 54,000 volunteers. They're a big organization, apparently. Okay. Let's read a little bit of this My Week with Lechet Israel. So I don't know who this is. This July I decided to volunteer at Lechet Israel, a leading food rescue organization that not only brought me face to face with the issue of food waste and insecurity, but also introduced me to the power of community-led solutions. Over the course of a week, I, along with 4 other people my age from New York to the UK, found ourselves immersed in Lechet's mission to rescue food. My first day at Lechet Israel commenced at an early morning start. We started off the day by joining one of their refrigerated trucks on their daily rounds, offering first-hand view of Lechet's food rescue operations. As the truck was unloaded, each box was filled with fresh produce, which I would later find out was a result of hard work on the fields and generous donations of surplus food. The thought that these boxes would soon nourish families and individuals across Israel as an impactful realization. I watched as heaps of food deemed not beautiful enough by supermarket standards, but perfectly edible, yes, were rescued from becoming waste. The sizable carrots, the not-so-round tomatoes. I realized that food, like people, is not defined by its exterior. I had the opportunity to ride in the truck myself, visiting the various locations across Israel that the boxes of fresh rescued produce was being distributed to. Every time the truck stopped, all 5 of us got out and were met with eager volunteers who were there to package the vegetables and fruit into plastic bags to be distributed to those in need. All right. That's what I'm talking about, folks. We assisted them. I learned that each of the bags were packed with would be sent off to Lekit's nonprofit organizations partners, such as battered women's shelters and soup kitchens, providing food to the elderly, single-family parents, youth, and at-risk, and more. All right. This gave me a direct perspective on the impact that Lekit has on these NPOs. By providing fresh food, an essential resource, the NPO's limited funds can be redirected to use for other critical purpose to help those in need. All right, so that was just day 2. Okay? Now, I'm not going to sit here and read this all day. I think you get the picture. You can go and do your own research, find a charity in Israel that will bring food and clothing to those who are in need right now. Israel has asked everybody to have 3 days food supply available and to remain in shelter. So these folks at this particular charity, I'm most certainly will be helpful in this operation. And so, just to give you an idea of what to do, I'm not telling you or even asking you to donate to this particular charity. I believe that there's a food bank over there as well. What I'm asking you to do is think about it. Study the charities. Try to find out which one is most suited for your donation and donate accordingly. I do not accept any kind of donations at all, period. There is no money that comes through me as donations, ever. Now, what I want to do next is this. Read Medhat chapter 25, starting in verse 31. When the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all his holy messengers with him, then he will sit upon this throne of his glory, on the throne of David in Jerusalem. And before him shall be gathered all what? All the Gentiles. Why? Where are the Jews? Where are Israel? Well, they will be gathered first. Because Paul pointed this out. To the Jew first. Okay, when Yehoshua comes to save, please listen to me carefully. Let me get Strong's Concordance out. I forgot which passage it was. 16? Yes. And where he never said Christ. He said Moshiach, for it is the power of Jehovah, not God. These are words that the Gentiles inserted and ripped out the truth. They inserted the words of false idols. Salvation. And unfortunately, the Gentiles have a incorrect definition of salvation. They say it's something spiritual, which really doesn't mean anything. Israel, the Jews, are in terrible straits, and it's going to get much worse. But their tribulation is over. I have proven it to you. I have documented that they have received their tribulation, and it was nearly 2,000 years ago when Vespasian and Titus murdered Jerusalem. And it continued. But the time is over. The time has run out. I did the math for everyone. I did it over and over again. The time ran out, I believe it was in the Roman calendar 2016. And now the Gentiles want to do to Israel, to the Jews, what they did nearly 2,000 years ago. But the time of Jacob's trouble is over. And when they do this, they're going to incur the wrath of Jehovah in a way that the world has never seen. Salvation to everyone that believes. Everyone who believes. Not just the Jew, but also the Gentile. But the salvation goes to the Jew first. And also to the Hellene. Now, the world, the whole world has become Hellenes. That's a whole other subject. I'm not even going to get into that right now. Okay? But the Jews are going to be gathered first. Then this occurs. They're already going to be in the land of Israel. All of them are going to be gathered up first. And he is going to separate the Gentiles, as we just read, and he's going to separate them one from another, just like a shepherd divides sheep from the goats. And he will say to the sheep on his right hand, it will set the sheep on his right hand and the goats on the left. And then the king shall say unto them on his right hand, Come, ye blessed of my Abba, inherit the kingdom. You're going to come. You are invited into the kingdom. Prepared for you from the foundation of the world. Why? Why? For I was hungry, and you gave me food. That is the very first statement. The very first reason why, come on in to my kingdom. I was hungry and you gave me food. So I ask you the question. You know there are going to be hungry people in Israel right now, especially right now. What are you going to do about it? You can afford a $1,000 iPhone or Samsung, right? I'm sure that some of you, most of you, can afford a few dollars to help feed some people in Israel. Can you afford enough to feed just one? Just one? I'll point out to you why the just one has meaning. I was thirsty and you gave me water. I was a stranger and you took me in. Naked and you clothed me. I was sick and you visited me. I was in prison and you came unto me. Then the righteous will answer him as saying, Master, when did we see you hungry and fed you? I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about? Thirsty or gave you to drink? Or when did we see you a stranger and took you in, or naked and clothed you? Or when did we see you sick or in prison and came unto you? And the king will answer and say unto them, Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as you have done it. 2. 1. Just one. Just one. Of the least of these my brethren. Okay. So he's talking to the Gentiles. Then who are these the least? Who are these his brethren? The Jews. How do I know this? How do you know this? Paul said it. He said, salvation to everyone that believes, to the Jew first. To the Jew before the Gentile. So the Jews will already be there. Now, what if you don't do it? What if you don't do it? Then he will also say unto those on his left hand, Depart from me, you cursed, into everlasting, or I should say age-long fire, prepared for the devil and his messengers, because I was hungry, and you did not give me food. I was thirsty, and you did not give me drink. I was a stranger, and you took me not in. Naked, and you clothed me not. Sick and in prison, and you visited me not. And they shall answer and say unto him, Master, when did we see you a hungry, athirst, or a stranger, or naked, or sick, or in prison, and did not serve you? And then he will answer them, saying, Because inasmuch as you did it not to even one of even the least of these, you did it not unto me. And these will go into everlasting punishment, but to the righteous into life everlasting, age long. You know, folks, he made it so easy. He made it so easy. How difficult is it? I ask you. How difficult is it to do the right thing? Is it really that difficult for you? You telling me you can't spare one meal worth of money? You see, there's going to come a time right here where we are living among the Gentiles, where your money won't be able to buy you food. You won't have the ability to do this. And your conscience will say, oh, I should have done this, I should have done that. Don't be that guy. I know you can afford one meal's worth of money to help the people of Israel in their need right now. Okay? So, once again, you can Google food bank in Israel if you want to. Clothing, whatever. Okay? But just remember this. The first thing he mentioned was food. Alright? So, view this as an opportunity to put your money where your mouth is. And to those of you naysayers on BitChute who are constantly berating me, berating the Jews, calling them all kinds of evil names, you will get your reward. You will be rewarded. You will be judged by the words that come out of your mouth.